class. Okay. So first of all, what you must be doing, you must put your audio in mute mode and you should not be touching the red button, and video also in mute mode. So children, we are going to start from this book today. Not start actually, we have already completed one chapter. We will read from this book today, A Pact with the Sun, our supplementary reader. The first chapter we have completed because it is in our PT1 syllabus. Today we will read the second chapter. Take out page number 4 of your supplementary reader, The Friendly Mongoose. This one we will study. Okay, Binayak, Shaptoda, Ishika, Kaushalya, Tanujit, thanks for wishing me. A farmer, his wife and a small child lived in a village. There was also a baby mongoose in the house who they believed would be their son's companion and friend in future. One day the farmer and his wife went out, leaving the child alone with the mongoose. So once a farmer and his wife lived in a village with a small son. They loved him very much. We must have a pet, the farmer said to his wife one day. When our son grows up, he will need a companion. The pet will be our son's companion. His wife liked the idea. I think some of you have not put your audio in mute mode. I can hear some sort of sound. Kindly check it. Put your audio in mute mode. Abir Sheikh. We can see everything from here, remember. Shruti Shutrodhar. Okay. So what happened? In a village there lived a very small but a very happy family. A farmer, his wife and their small child, a baby boy. So what happened? The farmer, he planned that in future my son needs a companion. So it will be better if we keep a pet at home, because in future they will become best of friends. They will become good companions. Companion meaning friend. And his wife, she agreed in this proposal, or she accepted this proposal. She also said yes, it will be better. Not said actually, she liked. It is written here, his wife liked the idea. That means she was also eager that there must be a pet in their house, so that in future this pet and their son, they will become good companions. One evening, the farmer brought with him a tiny mongoose. It's a baby mongoose, said his wife, but will soon be fully grown. He will be a friend to our son. So one evening, the farmer brought one mongoose and he said to his wife that I have brought this one. Now his wife said it's a baby mongoose, but very soon it will become fully grown and it will become our son's friend. Both the baby and the mongoose grew. In 5 or 6 months, the mongoose had grown to its full size. A lovely animal with 2 shining black eyes and a bushy tail. The farmer's son was still a baby in the cradle, sleeping and crying alternately. So this is the difference between a baby animal and a human child. A baby animal very soon, or it does not take much time to grow up, whereas a human child requires much time to become matured or to become fully grown. So here the meaning of cradle I have written on the board. You can see cradle, a small bed for a baby, especially one that moves from side to side. I have written it on the board. So you can just think that a bed like this, a small bed, where after putting or placing the baby, a mother or anyone of the family just can help it to enjoy the swing. It will move to and fro. One day the farmer's wife wanted to go to the market. She fed the baby and rocked him to sleep in his little cradle. Meaning of rocked also I have written to move backwards and forwards or from side to side in a regular way. Here I didn't get the space, that's why I have written the D here. So rocked, again the meaning I am saying to move backwards and forwards or from side to side in a regular way. That means in this way or in this way, it can be said as rocked. The mothers, they usually do this thing to help the baby sleep. She fed the baby and rocked him to sleep in his little cradle. Picking up the basket, she said to her husband, I am off to the bazaar. The baby is sleeping, keep an eye on him. Frankly, I don't like to leave the child alone with the mongoose. So, naturally, this is like a mother's heart and a mother's mind. She said that I am going to the bazaar. The baby is alone at home. You have to keep proper watch. That means you have to watch properly. You should not leave the house. Because very honestly saying that I don't believe or I can't trust that animal, even if it is our pet animal, fully. That means I cannot have 10% trust or I cannot trust the animal fully. It's not possible for me. So you stay at home and you just take care of our baby until I return. You needn't be afraid, said the farmer. So the farmer, that means the father, was quite confident. Said, you need not be afraid, you go. The mongoose is a friendly animal. It's as sweet as our baby and they are best of friends, you know. Now from what incident or how the father understood that his son, who is still a baby and sleeps in a cradle, has understood the meaning of friendship and how it was possible for the father himself to understand the friendship between this animal and this human baby, God knows and the farmer knows. But he is quite confident that nothing will happen. This mongoose is here and it will take care of our son because both of them are best of friends. The wife went out and the farmer, having nothing to do in the house, decided to go out and take a look at his fields not far away. So, when the farmer's wife, she has gone to the market, the farmer was thinking what I will do sitting at home, it's idle. So, better let me go and check my fields. So, he has gone to check his fields. He ran into some friends on the way back and didn't return for quite some time. So, while returning back, he met some of his friends and he started to talk with them, chat with them or gossip with them, and he didn't return back soon. The farmer's wife returned home from the market carrying a heavy basket. She found the mongoose at the entrance of the house with blood on his face and paws. She jumped to the conclusion that it was her son's blood and the mongoose was the guilty one. So, guilty meaning you know, culprit, that means a person who has done something wrong. The farmer's wife finished her shopping and came back home with a basket full of groceries. She saw the mongoose sitting outside as if waiting for her. So, on seeing her, he ran to welcome her as was customary. So, the farmer's wife, she has completed her shopping. She returned with the groceries. Grocery meaning you know, most of you are having many grocery shops near around your house. There you can see what is available. Many times before this COVID-19, you yourself used to go out to the groceries to bring some materials from there. That means for buying some sugar or rice or this rice grains actually. There's sugar, rice grains, oil, then shampoo, all these things are available in a grocery. So, she returned with the groceries and this mongoose, as it was usual, meaning of customary I have written usual. So, as it was a customary matter for the mongoose, it ran to welcome the farmer's wife. Actually, it was its habit. Whenever this farmer or his wife, they return back home from somewhere, this mongoose, it used to go to them to welcome them. But what happened this time? The farmer's wife took one look at the mongoose and screamed. That means she shouted, screamed meaning to just cry loudly or just to say something loudly. Blood, she cried. The face and paws of the mongoose was smeared with blood. Meaning of smeared, I have written to spread a liquid over the surface. So the mongoose, its face and the paws, they were smeared with blood. You wicked animal, you have killed my baby. She screamed hysterically. So without thinking about anything, she just thought this animal, that means this mongoose, it had killed her son, and she screamed hysterically. Meaning of hysterically, I have written better, check it. Unable to control your feelings as you are extremely frightened. The last line might be, if it is not visible, I am reading once more. Unable to control your feelings as you are extremely frightened. So you are very afraid, you are not able to control your feelings. She was blind with rage. Rage means violent anger, very angry. And with all her strength, she brought down the heavy basket full of groceries on the blood-smeared mongoose and ran inside to the child's cradle. So the basket, it was quite heavy because it was full of groceries. What she did, out of rage, she brought that basket over that mongoose because she thought that this animal had killed my son, so I should not spare it. And then she ran inside to the child's cradle. But she must have done it beforehand. But what could be? The baby was fast asleep. That means safe and sound. Nothing happened to the baby. But on the floor lay a black snake, torn and bleeding. So what happened when this father and mother, that means the parents, were not at home? The baby was sleeping in the cradle at the time. A black snake, it had entered in the room. And this mongoose, what it had done, it had killed that snake, and the snake's blood, it was smeared on its face and paws, which the mother, she had mistaken that it is the blood of her child. Rather, the mongoose had saved the baby from the danger. So in a flash, she realized what had happened. She ran out looking for the mongoose. Oh, you saved my child. You killed the snake. What have I done? Now she is just realizing. Now she is thinking that what I have done. What a great mistake. What a blunder I have done. She cried, touching the mongoose who lay dead and still unaware of her sobbing. Now it is of no effect. She was touching the dead body of that mongoose and she was sobbing. Sobbing means that when you are crying noisily. So it is not having any effect. Already she had done something and it was a great mistake. She had killed that mongoose. The farmer's wife, who had acted hastily, hastily meaning hurriedly and rashly, stared long at the dead mongoose. Stare means to look at something for a long time in a continuous manner. So then she heard the baby crying, wiping her tears. She went in to feed him. So most of the cases, it is found that if you are doing something in a hurried manner, if it is your hasty action, then the result in most of the cases you will find is bitter. That means it will not be of any good. That means it will not bring any good for you, or it will not serve any proper purpose. It will be of no effect. Rather, it will do something wrong, or it will just hurt you, or it will just dishearten you. Your hasty actions will dishearten you. So now what she would do? Now she was wiping her tears because her hasty action had killed the animal, which in turn had helped the baby. That means it had saved the baby from a danger. and here mother had killed the mongoose. So from this lesson, from this story we can just take a good lesson that never to act hastily, never to do any work without thinking about the consequences. Consequences means the effects, the results. There, that's why it is said that think before you leap or think before you jump. It is always said. So this is a story from the Panchatantra. So students, if you are having any query, you can ask me. Tori, to give food. Sir, am I right? What is this one? Oh, feed, Ishika. Feed means to just help the child to have its food. Yes, to give food. Tori, your answer is correct. She feed means to give food and care child. Sir, please tell the question and answer. Shishendu, wait. Just I have completed the story. What's the hurry? Meaning of smeared, SK, I have written on the board. Smeared meaning to spread a liquid over a surface. Check the board properly. SK. Okay, children. So let me discuss the question answers. The questions and their answers I am discussing, but as you know, I have already informed you from the supplementary reader, you must be reading the stories properly. Inside questions will come from this book. That means the stories of this book. Inside questions will come from the stories of this book. Why did the farmer bring a baby mongoose into the house? Very easy, very simple. The farmer thought that a baby animal, a baby mongoose will be a good friend or a good companion to their son. He thought that they will become best of friends, they will be the best companions. That's why he thought that. Why did the farmer bring? That's why he brought a baby mongoose into the house, because he thought that it will become their son's companion. It will protect their son. Okay. Why didn't the farmer's wife want to leave the baby alone with the mongoose? Farmer's wife could not trust that pet animal, that means the mongoose, blindly. She thought that her son is not 100% safe and secure under the observation of this mongoose. That's why she didn't want to leave the baby alone with the mongoose. She thought that some problem can happen. This mongoose, after all, it is an animal. It can hurt my son. It can injure my son. What was the farmer's comment on his wife's fears? The farmer was quite confident. He thought that nothing will happen, because I said, while I was explaining the story, that he has understood the friendship between his son and the mongoose, and he thought that they are best of friends, so nothing will happen. So that's why the farmer said to his wife not to worry at all. The mongoose, it is there, it will take care, because they are best of friends. Why did the farmer's wife strike the mongoose with her basket? The farmer's wife struck, or past tense of strike is struck. The farmer's wife struck the mongoose with her basket because she thought that the mongoose had killed her son. So out of rage, she brought that basket, or she struck the mongoose with her basket. Did she repent her hasty action? Yes, definitely. She repented her hasty action. How does she show her repentance? She was just sobbing, touching the dead body of the mongoose, and she was thinking what she had done, what a blunder she had done. Very easy. So still then, if you are having any query, you can ask. Kinjal, sir, please write on the board. Sir, please write on the board. What you want me to write on the board? Sir, will you write the questions and the answers in our next class? No. Sir, please write on the board. Sir, please write on the what? Shirshendu and Kinjal. What you want me to write on the board? The question answers. Why? These are such simple. I have discussed the answers. You can write on your own. Develop this habit. And I have already told you, no, I have already informed you that you need to study the chapters from this book properly. Inside questions will come from this book. Sir, can I found answers from inside questions? Sir, can I found answers from inside questions? I didn't understand, Tonujit. Yes, sir, please write on the board. Ishika, it is very small questions. I have said the answers now, discuss the answers. Till then, write on the board. No, you will write on your own. Very simple, very easy. Once more I am just saying the answers. Check how easy these are. Listen properly. Why did the farmer bring a baby mongoose into the house? The farmer brought a baby mongoose into the house because he thought that it will become his son's best companion, or they will become best of friends. Next one. Why didn't the farmer's wife want to leave the baby alone with the mongoose? The farmer's wife didn't want to leave the baby alone with the mongoose because she thought that her baby will not be totally safe with this mongoose at home. She could not trust the mongoose fully or full-heartedly. That's why. What was the farmer's comment on his wife's fears? The farmer consoled his wife that nothing will happen to their son. The mongoose and their son, they are best of friends. Such easy. See. Why did the farmer's wife strike the mongoose with her basket? The farmer's wife struck the mongoose with her basket because she thought that the mongoose had killed her son. Such simple question answers, and you want me to write them on the board. Write on your own. Try at least. Number 5. Did she repent her hasty action? Yes, she repented her hasty action. That means the farmer's wife repented her hasty action. How does she show her repentance? The farmer's wife sobbed, touching the dead body of the mongoose, and she also thought that why she had taken the decision, or why she had just did the act such hastily. That means touching the dead body of the mongoose, she was sobbing. This way she had shown her repentance. Okay. Yes, sir, we can write the answers by our own. Very good, Tori. Sir, it is very easy. Now we are senior, sir. We have to do own. Very good, my child. But it doesn't matter. Actually, what you need from this book, you have to read the chapters. That means from day one, while I have started this book, I am going on saying you people that you need to study the stories properly, because no exercise questions will come for your exam. Inside questions only from these chapters, they will come for your exam. And there you have to write the answers on your own. There you cannot get the ready material in your hand. Okay, children. So, we have completed another chapter today. Read properly the chapters and stay safe at home. Bye.